Hello, and welcome to the St. Ignatius College Prep College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools for you, and they're going to have 6 minutes to share information about their institution. At the very end, we'll have time to discuss some questions where you'll get great advice from our college representatives. My name is Danielle, and I will be your facilitator throughout the evening. Before we get started, I want to share a few housekeeping items with you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the presenters cannot see or hear you. I want to encourage you to use the Q&A button to ask questions throughout tonight's presentation, and our college representatives will provide answers throughout the session. You can come back and refer to this session through the recording at strivescan.com/Ignatius. All right, it's time for us to get started. Let's start with Loyola Marymount University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christine Parra. I'm an assistant director at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, California, otherwise known as LMU. It's wonderful to be with you here this evening and with all of these other incredible colleges. And I hope I can give you a little bit of background as to who we are as a Jesuit institution, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions in the chat along the way. So LMU is a part of the Jesuit network, the global network of Jesuit institutions, which is almost a 500-year Catholic intellectual tradition. There are almost 200 Jesuit universities worldwide. We each have different names, we have different backgrounds, but the premise of a Jesuit education is a liberal arts foundation combined with social justice, service, and action issues. So specifically, LMU has been around for a while. We started in 1911 as an all-male school in downtown Los Angeles. We continue to grow and evolve. In the late 1960s, we were approached by Marymount College, an all-female college located about 25 miles south of where we're presently located. Marymount was run by the Sisters of the Sacred Heart, the Sisters of the St. Joseph of Orange, and our mission was very similar. And our mission is threefold. It's the encouragement of learning, where you really take a deep dive into what you're learning. In smaller classroom sizes, you have a chance to really collaborate with your classmates. You have access to your professors. The education of the whole person, otherwise known as cura personalis. This is a mind, body, and spirit education, and the service of faith and the promotion of justice. So on this note, we have been ranked number 4 in the country for the number of service hours that our students do. It's not a mandatory requirement. It's just something that's built into our mission. It's been a long tradition. So we are officially a medium-sized institution. Presently, our enrollment is about 6,600 undergraduate students. We have an average class size of 19 and a student to faculty ratio of 10:1. And this smaller classroom size, again, really allows you to take that deeper dive. Another really important development is that 3 years ago, we are now designated as a research institution. We were nationally ranked our first year, number 66. Out of 200 institutions. We have 17 research centers on campus. We have first-year students that are doing cutting-edge research side by side with our professors in our College of Liberal Arts, one of our 6 undergraduate colleges on campus. We have students that are working for our Center for the Study of LA, getting paid for their research. It's being promoted daily by the mayor, by the governor. It's sought out by top companies in the areas. So we do have, again, these are our undergraduate colleges, and everything is based off of our core curriculum. There are 13 big ideas within our core curriculum, and no 2 core curriculums are the same. So one big checkbox for students on the application is undecided liberal arts. It's okay not to know. You can really explore within our core curriculum. And because of the size of our school, something special is that we have students that are majoring in physics and minoring in theater. So you can cross colleges. For the most part, most of our students will end up with a minor by the time, at least a minor by the time that they graduate. So within our College of Liberal Arts, the more popular majors include psychology, political science, international relations, economics, journalism just bumped up from a minor to a major. Moving on to business, our College of Business Administration has an accreditation that only 5% of business colleges in the world have. It's the AACSB accreditation. Our College of Communication and Fine Arts, dance, music, theater, and it's absolutely incredible to see those programs live in person back on campus. We have 2 student-run art galleries on campus. We have a cutting-edge television station on campus. That's not just for a School of Film and Television students as well, so the arts are very robust. School of Film and Television, a world-renowned and ranked school with 5 majors: film production, animation, recording arts, screenwriting, and film and TV media studies. And just to let you know, there are other minor options available within our School of Film and Television. And then our Seaver College of Science and Engineering, chemistry, biochemistry, biology, environmental science is something that's really taken off. We're a very green campus. We have been one of the most sustainable campuses in the country for the past 25 years. We also have 4 engineering programs. And I do want to mention we have pre-professional programs. And these are health professional programs. We have very good admit rates into medical, dental, OT, PT, veterinary, dentistry, optometry. One of our graduates is the first Black woman to be president of Harvard's medical school student body, Lash Nolan. She's in her junior year. Really good foundation in the sciences. So location, you can't go wrong being in Los Angeles. We are in Los Angeles. Lots to do. Internship opportunities are amazing as well. These are undergraduate deadlines. We have four deadlines, 4 rounds with 2 deadlines. We're test optional for fall 23. You're automatically considered for all of our merit-based scholarships as well. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will put my contact information in the chat, and it's great to be here this evening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, our next presenter is Mount St. Mary's University.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Nicole Villanueva. I am the first-year admission counselor at Mount St. Mary's University, and actually had the pleasure of visiting your school back in the fall. And it's a beautiful campus. It gave me very much Harry Potter vibes, which I'm sure you hear a lot. But we are Mount St. Mary's University. We are primarily an all-women's institution, which I think makes us very, very unique. In the whole country, there are only 35 all-women's institutions left. So the fact that we get to be part of that niche is really special. We are located in Los Angeles, as mentioned. So this is just a view of our campus. We are located up on the top of a mountain or a hill. So the views are spectacular anywhere you look. I was just sitting outside enjoying the sunset as I was working on a project, and I'm always amazed when I'm up here. So on the left side, you'll see the downtown LA skyline, and on the right side, you'll see the Pacific Ocean. And I always like to tell our students that you really are getting the best of both worlds, because you are in this focused and tranquil environment where you're really able to study and explore, your interests, but you also still live in Los Angeles, so you have access to all the really fun events that are going on and local institutions that are close to us as well. As mentioned, we are primarily a women's institution, but we do admit males into our pre-nursing program, and we are private Catholic liberal arts. So we were founded by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet, who someone recently told me they described them as radical white-haired ladies, and I'll never get that out of my head because that's truly who they are, just really embedded in social justice and being there for their dear neighbor without distinction. And so a lot of that is how we honor the sisters and really where our Catholic identity lies. You don't have to be Catholic or any religion to apply or be admitted to the Mount. We also don't require any religious courses or services like that, but they are available to you if you would like to participate. We are pretty small, so about 1,400 undergraduates, on average 15 students per class. So you really are getting the benefit of getting to know the community around you and the professors on a more one-on-one basis. So as we just saw, the campus that we were just looking at was called the Shalon campus that is in the Santa Monica Mountains. And we have a second location called the Doheny campus, which is 4 miles away from downtown LA. If you've ever seen the Princess Diaries, you might recognize this mansion right here. I know it's not the best picture, but this is the Genovian consulate. So it's very special that we have that on our campus. We also have a studio in Hollywood across from the Chinese theater for our film and media majors. And they're just doing a reopening or grand opening soon. So we're really excited to incorporate that location too for learning. These are just some of the majors that we offer. The ones with the asterisks are also available as minors. And I would say the ones that are in gold writing are the most well-known or the biggest majors here. So biological sciences with a pre-health emphasis, business administration, nursing, psychology, and sociology. And as I did mention earlier, we are a pretty small institution. So you really are getting that one-on-one interaction with your professors. They're getting to know your name, your interests, where you want to go, your research projects and things like that. And I would say a fun up and coming major would definitely be our film and media. Someone recently described it as the best kept secret in Los Angeles. Being an all women's institution, you are absolutely going to get leadership experience. And so, women run all the clubs here. They're presidents of all the organizations. They're leading all of the projects. And so this is really a place where you will develop a voice and sharpen those leadership skills, like I mentioned. So there are a variety of ways to get involved, whether it's through one of our clubs and organizations or our specific leadership programs, or some of our really fun traditions. One of the ones that's coming up is Athenian Day, and it's a really fun field day where students create teams and they just compete against each other throughout the day. The theme changes. This year it's villains, but last year it was Jurassic Park. And the last project was to make a boat out of cardboard, paper, and duct tape and get it across the pool without sinking. So really fun traditions like that make it a really special place and continue to build that community and foster, those peer relations. Wellness is also an additional interest to us, as we want our students to be the best person that they possibly can be. So we do offer a myriad of resources that are at no additional cost to you so that you can focus on your wellness and really be that best student. Additionally, we do offer housing on campus. While you're not required to live here any of the years, we do have 5 different residence halls that go from singles, doubles, triples, and quads, as well as shuttle services that go in between both of our campuses, and one that's called Explore LA that will take you to different areas in the nearby neighborhood so that you can breathe different air and interact with different people and just, again, explore LA. Our applications are still open, but if you're thinking ahead for the future, we are found on the Common App. We would just need your official high school transcripts. And we do have a full tuition scholarship that you could be considered for. We only would require an additional essay if you were interested in that full tuition scholarship or in our honors program. Letters of recommendation are optional as well, and we are not requiring test scores moving forward. And then just in terms of financial aid really quickly, I know that there might be the myth of private schools are not affordable, but I would encourage you to get past that myth. We do offer about 98% of our students financial aid, and all of our students do get a merit scholarship upon being admitted. The minimum you could get is $15,000, the maximum you can get is $21,000, and that's renewable all 4 years. Additionally, as an out-of-state student, you would get a distance award of $5,000 this year, but may change in the future. And yeah, I'll put my information in the chat for you if you do have additional questions or would like to get to know us better. But thank you so much for your attention.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, our next presenter is going to be from Temple University, the Japan campus.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I am coming at you live from Tokyo. Hopefully you can see my PowerPoint. It's going okay. Is it working? Okay, thank you. My name is Kelly New Ibe. It's like the new eBay. Very easy to remember that way. I am the Assistant Director of Overseas Admissions. I am here in Japan, and my job is to help you make it over here. I represent Temple University Japan campus, TUJ for short. For those of you who don't know us, our main campus is in Philadelphia. That's where our Baptist priests started the Temple University, and then we have since expanded. We have our second campus in Rome, Italy, followed by our third campus here in Tokyo, Japan. We are fully accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education in the US, and classes are all in English. What does that accreditation mean? It means that you're earning a US degree, but you're doing it in Japan. It is possible to go to all 3 campuses. It's also possible to earn your US degree, come to Japan for all 4 years and earn the degree there. Here are some key points on why students choose our Japan campus, TUJ specifically. Number 1 is the quality education you are getting. As I said, we are fully accredited, so we are expected to hold you to the standards of American education. So yes, you are going to have homework. You will be expected to speak up in class and voice your opinions and present them. And that's a good thing. That's what you pay tuition for. You're paying to be challenged. We want to make sure you can succeed in work in any field. Another reason why students choose us is the diversity. We have students coming from all over the world. You know, I can have a Japanese citizen, but growing up in Ireland. I can have an American citizen who's growing up in Hong Kong and goes to a British school system. So it is quite diverse, and it's great how all of our students get along. It's a very nice small community. We have about 1,500 students on campus in total. Third reason why students choose us is our study options. This may look like a small list, but it is quite comprehensive when you are thinking about options in Japan that offer programs in English. The most popular programs for our students are international business studies, communication studies, which has film production. So if I have any movie enthusiasts, that's a good one to pursue. Art, we are part of the Tyler School of Art in Philadelphia, which is one of the top art schools in the US. Just that the Japan campus is liberal arts based, so we do not have a portfolio review. All of the majors you see here are interdisciplinary and liberal arts based, so you don't have to commit to a major just now. And if you do choose a major but decide you want to change, that is flexible. Another thing, if you're looking in the corner, why did Kelly put that in the corner, 2 + 2 computer science? Well, it's a special structure where 2 years are spent in Tokyo, followed by 2 years on our main campus in Philadelphia. If you want to come to Japan for all 4 years, it's possible to major in one of the top majors here and then minor in computer science. Fourth reason why students choose us is affordability. This is our annual tuition and fees. It is quite affordable when you compare us to a public university out of state and a private university on the low end. Because we are an American university, we do accept financial aid. If I have any veterans and their families, we do accept the GI Bill benefits. And of course, we have merit-based scholarships. So as you can see, why go out of state when you can go out of country? Here again are some quick QR links if you are interested in learning more. If I have any juniors online, keep in mind the Diamond Scholarship is October 15th of your senior year. We do have another scholarship deadline after that, but you might want to try the Diamond Scholarship. Here are more QR links on how to apply. I'll break that down in the next slide. It's like applying to any US university. We do accept the Common App. Just make sure it's the Japan campus Common App because we have many different programs, part of the Temple University family. Otherwise, you can apply to us directly through our institutional application. We are test optional for any native English speakers. You do need to send your official transcripts as well as personal statement and application fee. Another reason why students choose us is career prep. Our Career Development Center does an excellent job with pairing students with part-time jobs, internship experiences, and of course, full-time employment. The director herself teaches a class to help students prepare for everything. It really is a good resource, and how great is it to say that you have work experience abroad. If you're looking to learn more and connect with our students, do catch us on social media. That is our main handle for most of our media. We do a lot of Instagram takeovers done by our students as well as staff and faculty. So it's a great way to see what life is like through their eyes. And of course, you can catch my team on the virtual road. We give regular webinars on how to apply to TUJ as well as topical things such as the next one coming up is our Japanese language sample lesson. If you have any questions, you can email us directly. Again, my name is Kelly Nuibe, and I assist all students coming to Japan. So thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that information. All right, our next presenter is Pepperdine University.
Awesome. Thank you. Go ahead and share my screen. Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Emily Limbaropoulos, and I serve here at Pepperdine University as an admission counselor. I'm especially excited to get to connect with each of you as I call Illinois my home state. This past fall, I got to come and visit your high school, and so it's always great to reconnect and get to share a little bit more about Pepperdine University. So you'll see on the screen a photo of our undergraduate campus, which is located in Malibu, California. Beautiful Southern California. You can see we're overlooking the Pacific Ocean. To give a little context of where Malibu is located in Southern California, we are about 35 minutes from Los Angeles and then about 45 minutes north. And so here is a photo of our main campus. We are 3,500 of student body. And the best way I like to put this is when you're walking to class, you're gonna always see a new face, but you'll also see a familiar face. So it's a great way to feel that Pepperdine community amidst while walking to class. And then up on the screen, I have included our mission statement. So Pepperdine is a Christian university committed to the higher standards of academic excellence and Christian values, where students are strengthened for lives of purpose, service, and leadership. And I always encourage prospective students to take a look at the different institutions or universities that they're looking at, to take a look at those mission statements, as it will give a lot of insight into what those universities value. And here at Pepperdine, we really value our students and strengthening them for lives of purpose, service, and leadership. And we are committed to those Christian values and academic excellence. And then speaking of academic excellence, here at Pepperdine, we have 45 majors and 47 minors. So whatever you are looking to get into for your career or major of choice, there's lots of opportunities. And in addition, I myself am an undergraduate of Pepperdine University, and I studied business administration and minored in nonprofit management. And business administration is one of our most popular majors offered here, alongside psychology, biology, sports medicine, and to name a few. And then additionally, you'll see that our average class size is about 19 students. So you see that photo up. It's going to give you a little glimpse into what our classrooms look like. And then additionally, we have that 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And so I remember on my first day of class walking in, and the professor greeted me by name, and I was so taken aback. And then later that week, the professor actually reached out to host a dinner night at their home. And so about 35% of our faculty live on campus. So they are very hands-on and love to be engaged in the students to help them develop professionally or spiritually in whatever way that they are looking for during their college career. And then on the next slide, you'll see that we are a liberal arts education, which I mentioned beforehand. And including that, we do require our students to engage in 3 religion courses alongside that CBER 200 program. And this is really just to engage in those conversations of faith and hear from different perspectives and voices. To give a little context, Pepperdine is about 70% Christian and then about 30% different religion or no religion at all. And again, we welcome all voices, and we like to hear and cultivate those different conversations of faith here at Pepperdine. And there is so many incredible opportunities to get involved at Pepperdine. We have more than 60 student clubs and organizations. So whatever you are passionate about, there are many ways to get involved to spend that extra time outside of your academics. We have more than 150 sponsored on-campus events each year. One of my favorites is on the main campus. We set up this huge ice skating rink. We have fake snow, hot chocolate, and it's a great way to celebrate that holiday season alongside some colleagues and classmates. And then we do have Greek life. And so if you're interested in Greek life, we do have Greek life. I myself was involved with Greek life. And so the best way to put that is, if you'd like to be involved in Greek life, it'll definitely add to your experience. But if you choose not to, it's not going to take away from your college experience. I had friends in Greek life and friends outside of Greek life. And so a ton of incredible opportunities to be had at Pepperdine. We also are a D1 school. So we have 17 athletic teams at Pepperdine University. And so the basketball games are a ton of fun and always fun to rally behind alongside your classmates. And then you'll see we have our international programs. Pepperdine is very strong in their study abroad program. Something unique about Pepperdine is everything is owned and operated by Pepperdine University. So if you go to an abroad location, the building, the faculty, and the staff are all going to be Pepperdine. So while you're living in that foreign country, you're still going to have that Pepperdine community. We have 6 abroad locations, 1 in Argentina, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, and United Kingdom, and then Washington, D.C. And about 80% of our student body studies abroad. And then you'll see up on the screen, we are through the common application. These deadlines are going to remain the same for the juniors, the freshmen, and the sophomore that are listening in. So November 1st is our early action, and then January 15th is our regular and transfer application. We are non-binding, so I encourage you, if you're interested, to apply for early action, as you can get a decision back a little bit earlier. And then last but not least, stay connected with us. I encourage you to avoid that cold winter of Illinois, to come on out to Malibu, California, and take a student-led tour. And then stay connected with me, as I've included my email address at the bottom of this. But thank you so much for listening in, and I hope to see you soon in Malibu, California.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I want to encourage our attendees to use the Q&A button throughout the presentation today to ask questions. If you have any follow-up questions for our college representatives, feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen, and they're going to be monitoring that Q&A throughout the rest of the presentation. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to California Baptist University.
Thank you, Danielle. My name is Shelby Moore, and I am an undergraduate admissions counselor at California Baptist University. We are located in Riverside, California, so we're about an hour and a half east of Los Angeles. So when you're looking at a university, I know there are typically a couple of things that you're curious about, like what distinguishes this university? So our admissions office actually got together and came up with these 3 aspects of California Baptist University that we think set us apart from other universities. That's going to be institutional momentum, so the growth and new buildings and exciting things happening at CBU. Our student-centric campus, so students are the heart of CBU, and that's, you can see that throughout campus, kind of having the resources of a large school while still maintaining that small school feel, and then our academic breadth. We do offer over 80 majors, which is a lot of majors for a private Christian university to offer. So with that in mind, our total population, we're about 11,491. And then we do have, more specifically, about 6,700 undergraduate students. So again, if you're looking for a school that still has that small school feel but isn't too small, CBU definitely meets that. We have no impacted programs, so all of our students are able to have that opportunity to graduate in 4 years. And then we are accredited by WASC, which is a very important accreditation on the West Coast. That's the one that you want to look for. But I love visual aids, and so I have some visual aids here for you today to go over institutional momentum and show you a little bit of what our campus looks like. We have a beautiful event center, which is where our Division I athletics is going to take place. We also have a 100,000 square foot engineering building that was just opened a few years ago. A parking structure, because if you want to bring a car to California or have a car out here, you do not have to pay for parking, which is nice, but we do have transportation for our students, whether that's the Riverside Transit Agency or otherwise, there are those opportunities. We have a lot of housing, and that's huge. I know, coming out of state, I've lived on campus all 4 years because my family's not from around Southern California, and I absolutely loved my experience. There's a lot of opportunities for students, freshmen through seniors, to live on campus. We have 11 different living areas, 6 for freshmen specifically, and 5 for upperclassmen, and they're all fully furnished, which is very nice. The feel of our university is kind of like a mission style, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love our campus, and I love the kind of small school feel that comes with it. Like I just mentioned, all 21 of our athletic teams are Division I, so that has definitely catapulted CBU forward on a broader scale. But the support system a university offers you is, I think, a little more important than the buildings that they have. So Our support systems at CBU, we have a fantastic career center that's going to give you the support and resources you need to be successful while you're at CBU and once you leave, helping you with career fairs, helping you with mock interviews, online job board, internships. So they are a great resource for our students. We also provide free tutoring and free paper revisions through our Office of Student Success. Our Community Life Office is going to be the office that helps you get plugged in outside of the classroom. So we have outdoor adventure trips, which I like to say are like bucket list adventures on a college budget, which is always helpful, but they do plan all of our traditional events on campus as well. And then our Residence Life Office is going to provide that home away from home, really that smaller knit community on campus amongst the larger community at CBU. And then we are a faith-based university, so we have a great spiritual life office that's there to help our students take that next step in their faith if that's what they're looking for. But that all comes together with the major that you choose. So like I mentioned, we do offer 80 programs and none of them are impacted, which is very helpful. We have some normal programs, longstanding pillars in academia like English, criminal justice, psychology, but we do have a College of Engineering, a full spectrum College of Architecture, Visual Arts and Design. So if you're looking for a faith-based university that provides engineering or architecture, we're going to be the only one, well, for architecture, the only one on the West Coast. We have aviation, interior design, so a lot of fun options for you guys to choose from. Now with that, most of your time will be spent in the classroom, and we do have a 19:1 student to faculty ratio. Your professors are available, they're personable, they want to get to know you, which is why they're working at a private university. All of our staff and faculty are Christian, but we do not require our students to sign a statement of faith. So we do have students from different faith backgrounds. We do require our students to complete 9 units of Christian studies courses. You get to choose, that's 3 classes in your 4 years. And then we do have chapel built into your academic schedule during the day as well. Now, with that in mind, I do want to give you kind of a next step roadmap as I'm wrapping up here. So our application, we are not on the Common App. So you do have to go to calbaptist.edu/apply. That is going to be where our application is located. We have a 3 to 5 paragraph admissions essay. Normally there's an application fee, but we actually make it free for our students the first 2 weeks that the application is open in September. And then we do require official transcripts as well. We operate under rolling admissions, which means you can submit your application all throughout the school year, but we do have a priority application deadline, which is non-binding, but still is really helpful for our students of December 1st. To give you a brief information about academic scholarships, these are going to be based on your cumulative weighted GPA. So we are automatically determining that for you based on the transcripts that you send us. So with that, it's perfect timing. If you have any questions, please let me know, but it was a pleasure to chat with you all, and I hope that you have a great rest of your evening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Before we hear from our last presenter, I want to remind all of our attendees to stick around after this presenter from Santa Clara University speaks. You'll get to hear some advice from our college representatives. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to Santa Clara University.
I believe my video isn't working, Danielle.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Thank you, Danielle. Awesome. I'm going to share my screen. Awesome, awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Desiree Recarte. I am one of the undergraduate admission counselors at Santa Clara University. So really quick, we'll get right into it. So we are located in the Bay Area. So if you don't know, we are located in Santa Clara, California. And so there's a lot of opportunities within this area since we are surrounded by the Silicon Valley. If you haven't heard of the Silicon Valley before, everyone thinks about it as technology, but I always like to tell students it's all about opportunity here at Santa Clara, because regardless of any major that you go into, any field, you'll definitely have the same opportunities as others. And so just to kind of give you a brief overview of the top companies we're surrounded by. So Google, Apple, Amazon, Cisco are definitely the big ones. But we do also have startups, and who knows, you might even be one of our startups as well. And so about 80% of our students do take on an internship starting their freshman year. So know that you're super well connected right when you walk into the door at at Santa Clara, and about 86% of our students are employed full-time in graduate school and our service program within 6 months. So know that by your junior year, you'll most likely have a job lined up for you. And again, it's all about the opportunities here from your professors that work for these major companies, that may know of somebody that works for these companies, or even your own peers that are also networking with those job opportunities and internship opportunities. And something that I always like to share with students is that we actually have a personalized like kind of LinkedIn for Santa Clara students, where these big corporations do offer these internships and job opportunities on there. And so a really great platform to use and really great resource for our students. And so our students are coming from mostly from California, but we are representing 45% out of state and international. So we're representing 49 states and 38 countries. So we are a smaller size institution, but you'll definitely be meeting people from all over the world. There's definitely a lot of fun things to do in the Bay Area. You can go to San Francisco. We have San Jose, which is like 5 minutes away from us. And we have a bunch of beaches such as Santa Cruz and Monterey Bay that you can also go to as well. So as for our Jesuit mission and philosophy, we are a Jesuit Catholic institution. However, you do not have to identify as Jesuit Catholic to attend SCU. We are open arms to all backgrounds, all religions. And so 50% of our students do identify as Jesuit Catholic. The other 50 are non-Catholic or no religion at all. So again, you don't have to. But back to our Jesuit mission and philosophy, we are here to create citizens and leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion, to cultivate knowledge, to build a more just, humane, and sustainable world. And really, we want to just educate our students as a whole, so with the mind, the body, and the spirit. And so the way that we do that is definitely through our core curriculum. There is going to be a requirement where you have to take 3 religion courses, but what's really cool is that these can be from a whole ton of different religions. We have about 150 courses that we do offer for students to take, and you can take them throughout your whole entire 4 years, not just, right your first year that you enter. And so typically these are really fun classes. Some popular classes are Bad Girls of the Bible. There's also classes on Zen, Buddhism. There's another class about Harry Potter and wizardry, which is really cool. And so there's definitely a lot of options, and it's really just to keep our students open-minded and knowing what else is out there. So as for our educational experience, as I mentioned earlier, we are considered a mid-sized university. And so we have roughly around 5,520 undergraduate students. And so with that, just know that you are going to be experiencing smaller class sizes. You're definitely going to have a lot more close-knit relationships with your professors, going to be able to, engage with them for undergraduate research, again, with those job internship opportunities. And so it's really, really great if you're looking for that in your 4-year experience. Our retention rate is at a 95%, and our 4-year graduation rate is at an 88%. And know that we're here to support you 100% of the way, whatever you want to get connected with, whether it be on campus or off campus, whether that comes to mental health resources, career resources, and so on and so forth. All right. So as for our application process, so you will find us on the Common Application, and when you're applying, you're going to be applying to one of our 3 schools. So we have our College of Arts and Sciences, which is going to be our biggest college that we do have. It's going to be about 50% of our student body, and our most popular majors are psychology, communications, and political science. As for the Levy School of Business, it is going to be 25% of our student body, and you'll see finance, marketing, and accounting as the top majors, and School of Engineering, which is going to be 20% of our student body, but we do have computer science and engineering as the top major. And so just know you can only go into one, but you do have the option to double major, also minor. I have students right now that are triple minoring, which is super impressive, but it's very common because we are on a quarter system, so you can kind of squeeze in a little bit more classes as you go. And so just know if you're interested in different colleges, you definitely can take classes and double major or even minor. So just keeping that in mind, you're not restricted to just one. You have other options that you can look into as well, but you do have to choose just one as you're applying. So as for deadlines, so we do have early action, early decision 1, which is November 1st, and then we have early decision 2 and regular decision January 7th. So keep that in mind as you are, deciding when you want to apply. And then also for FAFSA, definitely, get that in as soon as you can after you submit your application. And then of course, we do offer merit-based scholarships, and that's something that you don't have to worry about once you submit your application. We will go ahead and review your application holistically and decide what we want to offer you. If we do, just keep in mind they are super competitive and they only go to our top 10, 15% of students. And thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that great information. All right, we are now going to move into the questions portion of this session. So all of our college reps will come back to the screen and I will pose a question to them and they're going to answer in the same order that they presented. So for the first question, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start off with Loyola Marymount.
Well, I heard this about a few years back, and I actually heard it from a high school counselor. And truth be told, I have a senior in high school this year, so I'm on the other side of the fence. And this really was effective, and that is to get an email that's just for your college search. It just disseminates, all of those other emails coming in. You can filter everything out and keep track of all of those portals, usernames, etc. They're in one place. You know where it is to check for your status of all of your applications. So that's something that stands out.
Yeah, I would go ahead and say to visit every place if you can. I think you get a whole different sense of what a college can offer you if you can see yourself there and what you feel when you're actually standing there. So visit different places.
To you, Jay, if you can't visit, social media is always a good thing. But to add to the advice, I would say, when you start looking at your list of schools, it's going to get confusing. Things will kind of blur in terms of details. So I recommend you keep a journal. Bullet journaling is always awesome. It's a good way for you to keep track of things, deadlines, as well as items that are specific to that university. It really goes a long way.
And then I would say, take a look at those mission statements of the different universities or colleges. I think that gives a great insight into what they value. And I think you can ask yourself and see kind of within that discernment process if what you're hoping your college experience looks like aligns with that given mission statement that they have.
Nicole, I 100% agree with you. Visiting college campuses is exactly what I say, but secondary to that, something that helped me as a student, this is specifically to picking your major. A lot of colleges will actually show you what classes you'll be taking for that program. So that's something that's a little maybe more unique than high school, where you can actually see what every single class is going to be. So if you're not for sure what program you want, or you really want to make sure that's the program you're thinking about, look through the course list, see what you'll be actually learning. You're getting to choose this, which is huge. And if you can't find it, ask your admissions counselor, but look through all the classes of the program you're intending to pursue.
I would like to add on, definitely ask questions. Don't be afraid to. That's why, your admission counselors are here to help you through the process. It's a lot, especially when you're looking at different types of campuses. If you're coming out of state and you're trying to see the transition from coming out of state, it can be a little hard. So don't be afraid to ask questions. We're here to help you. And a lot of the information as well can be found on the websites. And so definitely do your research, go on there, and most of your questions will be answered. But if there's not, then definitely reach out to your admission counselor. They're always here to help you along the way.
That's wonderful advice. All right, so we have time for just one more question, and this is typically a favorite for college representatives. What is one thing that you want all of our attendees to remember about your school?
So I would say without a doubt, 100% confident that students find that LMU is a welcoming community where they feel like they can become the best person that they want to be, and that they will be supported at every step along the way. So it's community.
I would say similarly, our community is just a place that's really invested in women's experiences, education, and leadership. And so this is a great place to come and discover, who you are and really sharpen those leadership skills so that when you go out into the world, you are just an unstoppable human.
For TUJ, please remember we're in Japan. It's a different country, but also the importance of that is that Japan is one day ahead. So that means your deadlines, you're going to have to work in advance. And what I recommend students do is turn in their application a month in advance, at least, just because, in case you forget something, you don't want to be that person that missed the deadline just because you forgot one item.
Awesome. And then I would say location and community. So with that 13:1 student to faculty ratio, not only are you going to have incredible opportunities to have your professors and faculty invest in you, but you get to do it in beautiful Southern California, Malibu.
I think for CBU, just that we have the resources of a big school, but we still have that small school feel. So if you're looking for something that kind of meets right in the middle, like I was, CBU is definitely gonna meet that, giving you opportunities for growth, for faith, for academics, and kind of that quintessential college experience and building those friendships and that community.
And as for Santa Clara University, definitely know that we are here to support you 100% of the way. I think with the location being around the Silicon Valley, students get a little intimidated by that, thinking that you could only be in tech, but it does not matter what field you're in, and we're here to support you. And there's so many ways for you to get involved, with yourself and learning more about who you are here, with all of the connections and all of the resources that we do have. Danielle, you're muted.
There we go. Thank you all so much for sharing the advice with our attendees, as well as information about your colleges. That does bring us to the end of this session. I want to thank everyone for joining us. As you close out of this window, you will receive a very short 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback that you're able to share with us. I want to encourage you to come back and look at the recording for this session, as well as other sessions that you registered for this evening. They'll be available at strivescan.com/Ignatius. Thank you all so much and have a great evening.